Hello students, welcome to the video lecture session on power generation and economics. As our discussion is going under module 4, okay. So the today's discussion points are grounding. Here I will take grounding. In this grounding, the following points I'm going to discuss. Okay, here introduction, difference between grounded and ungrounded system, system grounding, ungrounded. Okay, so here you will come to know the what is the difference between system grounding if you are done the grounding, or if you are not done means ungrounded. The difference you will come to know. Okay, solid grounding. Next one is further resistance, reactance, resonant, earthing transformer, neutral grounding, and neutral grounding transformer. Okay, let us begin with the introduction. Grounding or earthing, the process of connecting the metallic frame, that is non-current carrying part of electrical equipment or some electrical part of the system, example neutral point in star connected system, one conductor of the secondary of transformer, etc. Okay, we will elaborate all these terms. Okay, how it is connected to the earth is called grounding. It means what? The process of connecting the metallic frame to earth, that is soil, is called grounding or earthing. Groundings are basically classified as equipment grounding and system grounding. Equipment grounding deals with earthing the non-current carrying metal parts of the electrical equipment. Okay, so what it is? Non-current carrying metal part of the electrical equipments which it is connected, it is called equipment grounding. On the other hand, the system grounding means earthing some part of the electrical system, example earthing of neutral point of star connected system in generating stations and substations. What is the difference here? The equipment grounding, we are connecting the metal part, okay, uh, to the earth, means non current carrying metal part is there. For an example, you can see the regulated power supply or any fridge. You can see the metal part of the body, means the metal part which it is consist of the as a body, that we are connecting to the earth. That metal part is not current carrying. Okay, I repeat here, the metal part is non current carrying, and that it will be connected to the earth. If any leakage current it will be flows, that it will be goes to the earth in equipment grounding. On the other hand, the system grounding means what? The earthing some of the part of the electrical systems, example earthing of neutral point, the star connected, as we know. Okay, this is a star connected, the neutral point, it will be connected to the earth. This is called the system grounding. I hope difference is clear. Okay, let us begin with the discussion about ungrounded neutral system. In an ungrounded neutral system, the neutral is not connected to the ground. Okay, so here I will show you the figure. Sorry, it is clicked. Here you can see the ungrounded neutral system. It is ungrounded neutral system. Here it is also called isolated neutral system or free neutral system, because the neutral is not connected to, means it is not grounding has done here. This is the neutral point is not done here, grounding. Okay, so hence it is called ungrounded neutral system. Okay, let us have some quantities we'll discuss. Okay, here CR, CY and CB. Okay, so these are the capacitance formed between the line and ground. Okay, and the voltage is VRN, VYN and VBN, the voltage with respect to neutral. Okay, the terms are here: VRN, VYN and VBN have the same magnitude. Okay, they have here the voltage, phase voltage it is, because it is measured with respect to line and neutral. I repeat here, line and neutral means phase voltage, and line to line is called line voltage. Have the same magnitude, and of course it is displaced 120 degree from each other. The capacitive current IR, IY and IB will be have the same value. Here I will go to the next slide. The current flowing through the respective capacitors CR, CY, CB is nothing but IR, IY, IB. Okay, here you see. Now the current flowing through the capacitance CR, CY, CB with respect to current IR, IY and IB, that is equal to V phase divided by XC. Okay, where VPH is nothing but phase voltage, that is line to neutral voltage, and XC, that is capacitive reactance of the line to ground. You can see here so far discussion. The current also I have shown here. Sorry, current IR, IY, IB. Okay, now this is the vector diagram. If you are looking to this vector diagram, the capacitive current IR, IY and IB lead their respective phase voltage VRN, VYN and VBN by 90 degree. If you are looking to this vector diagram, I will enlarge. Okay, vector is rotating in this fashion. Fine. Now IR is here. If you are looking to this, I will remove this one. Okay, IR is here. Okay, which it will be leads the voltage VRN. I hope here you are understood what it is. The IR is leading with respect to VRN, because our vector is rotating in anti-clockwise mode. Now second, what it is there, VYN. Okay, the capacitive current IY is leading. Okay, how you are seeing leading means which it will becomes first, it is leading. See, if here what it will be happens when you are rotating this vector in this direction anti-clockwise, IR will becomes first, afterwards VRN voltage Rn. Then next Iy it will becomes, afterwards Iy Vy n it will becomes. I conclude here that the capacitive current IR will be leading by an VRN. Similarly, capacitive current Iy is leading by Vyn. Next, the capacitive current IB is leading by VBN. I hope it is clear. This is very important point because these are capacitive current, hence the current will be leading by 90 degree. Okay. And one more very important point is here, the three capacitive currents are equal in magnitude and are displaced 120 degree from each other. Therefore, their phasor sum is 0. As a result, no currents flow through the ground. Okay, I repeat here, as a result, no current flows to ground and the potential of neutral is the same as the ground potential. Okay. It means what? If there is no fault, what it will be happens, these currents are displaced with respect to the 120 degree. Hence, as a result, no current flows through the ground and the potential of neutral is the same as ground potential. What it will be happens? This point, neutral point, due to there is no current flows to the ground and the potential of neutral is the same as the ground potential. Therefore, ungrounded neutral system poses no problems under normal condition. It means what? If there is no fault in the circuit, in the line, it means it poses no problem under normal condition. However, as well we shall see, the current and voltage are greatly influenced during fault conditions. I repeat here, during the fault conditions, the current it will be disturbs, means it will be changes. If it is balanced, hence there is no current, it will be flows. Okay, no current, it will be flows to ground and the potential of neutral is the same as ground potential. This potential is acts as a ground potential if no faults, if no faults, if no faults. Okay, let us have a analyzation under load, under fault condition. Okay, under fault condition. Okay, under no fault condition, under no load, no sorry, I repeat here, under no fault it behaves healthy condition, there is no such problem with this. Okay, under fault condition, let us will analyze. Under fault conditions, let us will analyze. Okay, circuit behavior under single line to ground fault. If the fault will be occurred, okay, line to ground, so what it will be happens? What it will be happens here? The capacitive current IR and IY flows through the lines R and Y respectively. Here you can see circuit I will show, then it will be clear. Okay, you can see here. So what it will be happens here? Here fault it will be occurred. You can see where it is occurred. I will show you. Fault is occurred. The line is comes to the I mean it will be touched to the ground. It is called line to ground fault. I repeat here, line to ground fault. Okay, where it is occurred? It is occurred in the line B. Okay, at the some point of F. I repeat here, the line to ground fault occurred in line B at some point F. Then let us analyze the current, how it will be changes. Okay, the current in the sense here the capacitive currents IR and IY flows through the lines R and Y. You can see here the capacitive current IR and IY flow through the lines R and Y respectively. R and Y it will be flows. R and Y it will be flows. The voltage driving IR and IY are VBR and VBY. Okay, I repeat here the voltages driving IR and IY are VBR and VBY, line to line voltage BR and BY respectively. Okay, note that VBR and VBY are the line voltages. The path of IR and IY are essentially capacitive. Okay, therefore IR leads VBR by 90 degree and IY leads VBY by 90 degree. If you are looking to this vector diagram, it will be clear. Okay, so what it is, I will take. If you are looking to this vector diagram, IR and IY, here you can see IR and IY. IR and IY is what? It is a IR and IY. Here the sum of IR and IY is IC. Okay, and here the path of IR and IY are essentially capacitive. Therefore, IR leads VBR by 90 degree. VBR by 90 degree. It will be leads. Okay. So the capacitive fault current IC. This is the sum of IR and IY. If you are looking to this here, this is nothing but what? IR and IY. IR and IY is nothing but sum of IR. IR and IY is the sum of current. I can take IR is equal to IY. Okay, and it will be in the phasor vector. We are represented as IR and IY is nothing but IC. Okay, the capacitive fault current it is. Capacitive fault current IC in line B is the phasor sum of IR and IY. Let us analyze. It will be more clear here. The equation we can see the fault current. The fault current IC. IC is here current phasor sum of IR and IY. We will get here root 3 IR is equal to root 3 into IR is nothing but what? IR is nothing but V phase by XT. Okay, so root 3 V phase by XT. If I root 3 VPH phase voltage by XT is nothing but IR. Okay, so we will get here 3 phase voltage. Okay, 3 phase 3 into 3 times of phase voltage. Okay, not 3 phase. Okay, 3 times of phase voltage divided by XT. IC will be become what? We know the IC is 3 times of V phase by XT. Nothing but what? The IC will be become here. IC will be become 3 times per phase capacitive current. 3 times per phase capacitive current under normal conditions. So what happens here? The capacitive current will be increased. How many times? 3 times. Okay, as under normal conditions. Therefore, when single line to ground fault occurs on an underground neutral system, the following effects are produced in the system. So what it will be happen is the fault if it will be occurred ungrounded system. These are the effects we will get. Okay, which are these effects? Let us one by one we will see. potential of the fault phase system equal to ground potential. The potential of fault phase. So which it was in our case B phase. B phase what it will happen? It will go to the ground potential. Here. Here is B phase, the fault, it will go to the west. It is connected like ground, no? Fault it will be upward, line to ground. Becomes equal to ground potential. However, the voltages of the two remaining healthy phases rise from their normal phase voltage to full line value. Okay, the normal phase voltage to full line value. This may result in insulation breakdown. Okay, hence it will be rises the more, it may problem with insulation. Okay, sometimes it will be breakdown, insulation breakdown. Next effect will be observed, the capacitive current in the two healthy phases increases root 3 times the normal value. What it will happens, the capacitive current in two healthy phases, other two healthy phases, okay, in our case R and Y, the voltage will be increased to root 3 times of the normal value. Third point, the capacitive fault current IC becomes, just one derivations just now we are gone through. There what happens, it rises the current, right? How much it is, how many times? 3 times the normal per phase capacitive current. I repeat here, the capacitive fault current IC becomes 3 times the normal per phase capacitive current. Fourth one is, the system cannot provide adequate protection against earth fault. If earth fault occurs, there is no protection, okay, because due to the above 3 points we are discussed, no, this is fourth point, there will be a no protection. Okay, it is because the capacitive fault current is small in magnitude and cannot operate protective devices. Okay, and next phenomena it will be occurred here, the phenomena of arcing ground. So what it will be happens in arcing ground, the capacitive fault current IC flows into earth. I repeat here, the IC flows into the earth. Experiences show that IC in excess of 4 amps is sufficient to maintain an arc in the ionized path of the fault. If this current is once maintained in many exist even after the earth fault is clear, the phenomena of persistence arc is called arcing ground. Okay, so this phenomena will be observed. These are the 5 points so far I discussed under ungrounded system. Ungrounded system when fault is occurred. Okay, I repeat here, the ungrounded system, if the fault is occurred, these problems are occurred, okay, which I just now I discussed. Hence what it is there, it is necessary. And one more thing is what it is there in the ungrounded system. In ungrounded system, if no fault, there is no such problem with the circuit, means we can operate. But fault occurs, the problems will be problem. So far whatever 1 to 5 I already have discussed, no, these problems will be occurred. Hence it is must or it is necessary to go for to do the neutral grounding. Okay, what is neutral grounding? Neutral grounding is nothing but the process of connecting neutral point of 3-phase system to earth, either directly or through some circuit elements, that is resistance, reactance, etc. is called neutral grounding. So what you are doing here, we are connecting neutral point of 3-phase system to earth. Here I will show you one slide. You can see here the neutral of star connected is connected to the earth. How it is connected with help of resistance and other methods are classified. But here grounded system means what? The neutral is grounded. Neutral is grounded. Okay. Advantages of neutral grounding. So if any fault will be occurs, just I will see that slide is included. Okay, no problem. Okay. Advantages of neutral grounding. Voltages of healthy phases do not exceed line to ground voltage. In other case, what happens? Ungrounded system, voltage of healthy phases exceed their line to ground voltages. Here, do not exceed. Okay, they remain nearly constant. Okay, the high voltages due to arcing grounds are eliminated. There is no arcing. The protective relays we can operate. The over voltage is due to lightning or discharge to earth. That is also possible. It provides greater safety to personnel and equipments. It provides improved service reliability. Means when fault it will be occurs, that it will be detected and can be cleared. It is not possible in the ungrounded system. Operating and maintenance expenditures are reduced. Okay. Now there will be a different methods of neutral groundings. Okay, such as solid or effective grounding, resistance grounding, reactance grounding, Peterson coil grounding. Okay, let us analyze one by one how it is connected. Here, the choice of the method of grounding depends upon many factors, including the size of the system voltage, and scheme of protections to be used. Solid grounding. When the neutral point of three-phase system, example three-phase generator, three-phase transformer, etc., is directly connected to earth, that is soil, through a wire of negligible resistance and reactance, it is called solid grounding or effective grounding. I will show you the figure. This is the neutral which it is connected to the ground. Here, okay. See, the solid grounding neutral point has the following advantages. Neutral is effectively held at earth potential. Okay. If any fault it will be occurs, let us have an analyzation. Okay, when earth fault occurs on any phase, the resultant capacitive current IC in phase opposition to the fault current IF. You can see here. Okay, let us I will conclude here. Next class I will continue with this solid grounding. Okay, today this much is enough. What it is, the definition of this solid grounding: when the neutral point of a three-phase system, example three-phase generator or three-phase transformer, etc., is directly connected to earth, that is soil, is nothing but what, the through the wire negligible resistance. So this is a very important one point I would like to tell you, that the negligible resistance means that directly it is connected. Okay, negligible resistance or and reactance, it is called solid grounding. If you are looking to this circuit, you can see here it is connected. Sorry, it is connected here with help of negligible resistance. Hence, it is called negligible resistance as well as reactance. So, hence it is called solid grounding. Okay. Next, this derivation is there. I will explain in the next video lecture class. Okay. Thank you. With this, I conclude.